So it's our first mindful training with Sammy. Now, Sammy's behaviour is typical of a 9-month-old puppy, so you can see how he desperately wants that social attention. And what would happen is when he was a young puppy, would have been allowed to sort of like lick and sort of chew people's faces. We probably went down to him and sort of messed him around on the ground. And this is what you get when you do that as a puppy. They think they can do it when they're older. Obviously that's an issue. So in our sort of first mindful session here, we let that come out because we can't suppress it, we can't bury it deep because it's still there, and it was done quite early, so therefore that behaviour is going to be quite ingrained. So we've got to give it an outlet, but then we start to propose something a bit different. So you can see there I just drop into that moment, just there, and I've dropped my energy right down now. Before I was matching his energy, I've dropped it right down now. You can kind of see because of that connection that I have with Sammy already, we're starting to pace his energy levels down lower and lower and lower now, okay? And what I'm trying to do here is calm him down enough so he can start to apply some of the learning that Pappy has done, to see whether he can calm down and not fall back into that sort of overexcitable jumping up behaviours. I'm not holding him down or anything here. There's been no restraint from me apart from just stopping him from jumping up at me originally. He's choosing to be there in a calm state. You can see because he'll start to shift from stand to a sit in a few minutes. I'm really impressed with Sammy here because there was a distraction which could have lifted him back into that behaviour. You can see how he licked, but then he'd made that choice just there to sit down rather than to jump all over me again. So yeah, some fantastic learning there from Sammy. He's quite emotionally available.